Jamaica versus Canada in the Concacaf Nations League first leg quarterfinals. This is a match preview, and who will take this one? Let's hear what Premier 7 have to say on this. So make we see. Wagwan.
Premier 7.
The highly anticipated match between Jamaica and Canada in the Concacaf Nations League is set to be a thrilling showcase of top level international football, where both teams have proven their worth and will be looking to secure a victory in this crucial encounter. 4 weeks ago, I have done a video highlighting the two teams. I mentioned something special, the clash of the Titans. These two teams are known for being top teams in the CONCACAF region if we don't talk about the United States, Mexico, let's say Panama, and Costa Rica. You know, Jamaica and Canada have some good history and some bad history. Jamaica was more known for being dominative in the CONCACAF region. Let's say not the best team, but they qualified for the World Cup in 1998. However, on Canada's side, Canada qualified for the World Cup playing in the recent concluded one in 2022. This is not a World Cup talk, but this is a CONCACAF Nations League talk, and I want to speak about the two teams by way of a match preview, highlighting who I think will be the victors. In that case as well, I want for you all to listen to what I'm saying, give me your undivided attention, and your participation is always appreciated. All right, so Jamaica by now, as many persons would know, is the Reggae Boys and have established themselves as a force to reckon with in the CONCACAF region, having played against several teams in the competition. Jamaica has, I would not say breezed their way into the quarterfinals, but recently Jamaica have wrapped up some good results, and it shows that Jamaica has found themselves being consistent. On the flip side, Canada is a team that is very impressive in recent years, a very talented squad that have quality players who can perform, have team chemistry, and these players play together well and have garnered the attention of the world worldwide. Canada themselves have played games and they're impressive, and by way of that, the two teams, it's time for them to meet up. And I want to show you a representation of what I am saying, because these two teams are quality teams, as I would express, and I hope that you would express as well. But sometimes we need to show some evidence as to what we're speaking of. So let's look on the two teams in regards to their statistical details as it relates to their last 6 games. Speaking of such, let's look on the Reggae Boys. So Jamaica have been brilliant. The last 6 games, 1-0 against Guatemala. They lost to Mexico. They defeated Honduras, drew against Haiti, defeated Grenada 4-1, and defeated Haiti by 3 goals to 2. The big teams I would say in this goes like Mexico. It is the top team, but along the way, Jamaica has won more than they have lost in their previous 6 games. Not bad. For Canada, defeated Panama, lost to the United States, drew against Guadeloupe, drew against Guatemala, defeated Cuba, and drew against the United States. The best team right here is the United States, but it shows that Canada has drew more than how they have lost and win games. So Jamaica form is better than Canada. And this could be something that Jamaica fans could say, yes, it is way more impressive. Overall, looking on the statistical details here, um, it is said that for home record, Jamaica have 50%, 33% for drawing, 17% as it relates to loss. So Jamaica have a good advantage to win this game based on the statistical representation. For Canada on an away perspective, 33%, 33% for drawn win, and 33% loss. So everything there is balanced. So in this case, we could conclude to say in that aspect, Jamaica have what it takes to defeat Canada. But how about speaking about the head-to-head matchup between the two teams? Because forget about who they played against. Focus on their battles between each other. Canada, the most recent game 4-0. The following games thereafter before nil all between the two, Jamaica 2-1, Jamaica 1-0, Canada 1-0, Jamaica 3-0. For the percentage, Jamaica 50%, draw 17%, Canada 33%. Fair enough. So we could say that Jamaica have what it takes to be the frontrunners in winning this game. But we all know that the game hasn't kicked off as yet. But I want to see what my point is because I am seeing that YouTubers did their videos and I am a YouTuber as well and I have to share the point because it is a very important video to speak about Jamaica versus Canada in this match preview, the Concacaf Nations League 2023. It is always good to hear the opinion of the fans as well because even though the statistical details shows such information, Jamaica could be without some of their key players. Canada could be with their key players, or the flip side. However, I just want to say this that these two teams are teams that can match up. But I want to give recognition to one of the most important part on the pitch because when these two teams collide, the midfield battle will be undoubtedly intense. So both Jamaica and Canada boast midfield maestros who can dictate the tempo of the game and create scoring opportunities. And both teams have the ability to dominate this crucial area, which is going to be significant in determining the outcome of the match. Yes, it is the first leg, but the first leg can be a big boost for the team that wins that game. And in terms of scoring, threats, Jamaica's strikes force will rely on the clinical finishing of the forwards. Leon Bailey is one of those players who Jamaica have to rely on. And, you know, Michael Antonio, I am hoping he's fit and ready to play. And also others, right? Whisper, and the list goes on. Canada have some quality players as well. Buchanan is a top player who I really admire. Alfonso Davis is not a forward, but he can play at forward as well if the coach decides to do a tactical change. So Canada have a very powerful team that can play against Jamaica as well. But what do you think about these two teams? Do you think Jamaica have what it takes to defeat Canada, or could Canada defeat Jamaica? Hmm. It is a talk for discussion because the two teams have quality players who, if compared with those in the CONCACAF region, then you can say they have what it takes to play better than a lot of teams in the CONCACAF region. So, Canada, I would say, despite their, well, they are not on a bad form, but based on the statistical representation before, Jamaica have what it takes to outdo them. But I spoke about the forward line before, and I did not give all the information on who plays forward or who doesn't play forward, but I just want to give you some ideas of those players. Now, for defensive side or for the defensive mechanism of the teams, both teams have shown resilience and discipline throughout the tournament, right? So they will leave no stone unturned to ensure their defense lines remain, impregnable. So the battle between the Jamaican and Canada backline will be fierce, with defenders eager to assert dominance and deny their opponents any opportunities from scoring. You know, Jamaica have some good defenders as well, Canada too, but the fans know who they would prefer because I can give recognition to defenders that I think are playing quite well in the tournament, but I would leave for you to have your say on that. I'm just doing an overall assessment. But Canada have some good players. Jamaica have some good players as well. And you know, it can be a case of which we could be surprised because I am looking for one of these teams to win the game, but you never know. It could result in a draw for the first leg, and that is what I don't want to see. But at the end of the day's night, as what many persons would say, but tactical and strategical formation and analysis is what will determine which coach will be on top. Because you can have good players and they lose against bad players. Speaking about Team A versus Team B. So each team will be analyzing their opponent's weakness and making plans in accordance. And it will be intriguing to see how both coaches approach the game, trying to exploit their adversaries' vulnerabilities while staying true to their own strengths because you have to play to your strengths, right? So, the CONCACAF Nations League playing in Jamaica at Independence Park, the atmosphere will be electric with passionate fans from both nations waving their flags and cheering on their teams. You know, the players will feel the energy and trying their best to play intense football with the expectation of gaining a result. Not to draw, but a winning result on either end. So, in conclusion, though, the clash between Jamaica and Canada promises to be a thrilling contest filled with drama, skills, and excitement. That is my aim and hope to see. And it will be a battle between two highly competitive teams, as I mentioned 4 weeks ago, Clash of the Titans. So, hats off to those teams who haven't played these teams as yet, but one will advance when the two legs are being played. So, for this clash, I know that not only persons in the CONCACAF region will be paying attention, but those outside. So, this video was a brilliant one to me because I had to come on board to speak about the matter because there's no way I can let the clash kick off tomorrow without sharing my point. So it's time for you now, as fans of Premier 7 or football enthusiasts on a whole, to share what you think will happen tomorrow. Right? So you do have yourself a blessed day. Take care and goodbye. We will speak again.